Are you tired of waiting for financial relief that never seems to come? Well, what if I told you that the Social Security Administration has just announced something that could put up to $5,500 directly into your hands through brand new reloadable stimulus cards designed specifically for older Americans? This isn't just another empty promise or complicated government program that takes months to navigate. This is real money, real relief, and it's happening right now. If you're ready to discover how you could qualify for these new funds and get the financial support you've been desperately waiting for, then you need to subscribe to this channel right now and hit that notification bell, because we're about to break down everything you need to know about this groundbreaking new relief program. The Social Security Administration has been working behind the scenes to address one of the most pressing issues facing older Americans today, and that's the overwhelming financial burden that has been crushing families across the nation. Have you noticed how everything seems to cost more these days while your fixed income stays exactly the same? You're not imagining it, and you're certainly not alone in feeling the squeeze. The SSA has finally recognized that traditional one-time payments and slow-moving bureaucratic processes simply aren't enough to provide the ongoing support that millions of Americans desperately need. These new $5,500 reloadable stimulus cards represent a complete shift in how the government is approaching financial relief for older Americans. Unlike previous stimulus programs that provided a single payment and left recipients wondering when or if more help would come, these reloadable cards are designed to provide ongoing, flexible financial support that can adapt to your changing needs. But here's what makes this program truly revolutionary: the SSA isn't just handing out money and walking away. They're creating a sustainable system that recognizes the reality of rising costs and the need for continuous support. The reloadable feature means that once you qualify and receive your initial card with funds, the SSA can add additional money to your card as new relief programs are approved or as your circumstances change. Think about what this means for your financial planning and peace of mind. Instead of constantly worrying about when the next round of government assistance might arrive, you'll have a direct line to relief funds that can be updated and replenished as needed. This eliminates the anxiety of reapplying for benefits, waiting in long lines, or dealing with complex paperwork every time new assistance becomes available. But who exactly qualifies for these new reloadable stimulus cards? And how can you make sure you're not left out of this incredible opportunity? The SSA has designed this program with specific criteria that prioritize those who need help the most, while ensuring that the funds reach the people who have been hit hardest by recent economic challenges. If you're currently receiving Social Security benefits, Social Security disability insurance, or supplemental security income, you're already in a strong position to qualify for these new cards. However, the program extends beyond just current SSA beneficiaries to include older Americans who may not be receiving traditional Social Security benefits but are still facing significant financial hardship. The application process has been streamlined specifically to avoid the bureaucratic nightmares that have plagued previous relief programs. Are you worried about complex forms and endless documentation requirements? The SSA has learned from past mistakes and has created a system that prioritizes getting help to people quickly rather than creating barriers that prevent assistance from reaching those who need it most. The goal is to have qualified applicants receive their reloadable cards within weeks rather than months, and the initial $5,500 loading represents just the beginning of what could be ongoing financial support. What sets these cards apart from traditional bank accounts or other financial assistance programs is their flexibility and accessibility. These aren't just pieces of plastic that restrict how you can use your money. The reloadable stimulus cards function like prepaid debit cards that can be used anywhere that accepts major credit cards, including online purchases, grocery stores, pharmacies, and even for paying bills. This means you can use your relief funds exactly where you need them most, without having to jump through hoops or explain to anyone how you're spending your money. The $5,500 initial amount isn't arbitrary. The SSA conducted extensive research into the actual costs that older Americans are facing, from rising healthcare expenses to increased housing costs, higher grocery bills, and the everyday expenses that seem to grow larger every month. This amount is designed to provide meaningful relief that can make a real difference in your daily life, while also serving as a foundation for additional support that may be loaded onto your card in the future. Have you been wondering why the SSA is focusing specifically on older Americans with this new program? The answer lies in the unique challenges that this demographic faces in today's economy. Unlike younger workers who may have the ability to increase their income through career changes or additional employment, older Americans often find themselves on fixed incomes that simply cannot keep pace with inflation and rising costs. The SSA recognizes that traditional approaches to economic relief often overlook the specific needs and circumstances of older Americans, and these reloadable cards represent a targeted solution designed specifically for this community. The timing of this announcement couldn't be more critical. As we move through 2025, the economic pressures facing older Americans continue to intensify. Healthcare costs are rising faster than ever. Housing expenses are consuming larger portions of fixed incomes, and basic necessities like food and transportation are becoming increasingly expensive. The SSA's decision to launch this reloadable card program demonstrates a recognition that older Americans need more than just words of support. They need concrete financial assistance that can help them maintain their dignity and independence. But here's something that many people don't realize about these new stimulus cards. They're designed to work alongside your existing benefits rather than replacing them. If you're currently receiving Social Security payments, SSI, or any other government assistance, these reloadable cards are intended to supplement and enhance your existing support, not substitute for it. This means that qualifying for a reloadable stimulus card won't reduce your other benefits or create complications with programs you're already enrolled in. The security features built into these cards are also worth noting. Given the unfortunate reality that older Americans are often targeted by scammers and financial predators, the SSA has incorporated advanced security measures to protect cardholders from fraud and unauthorized use. These include real-time transaction monitoring, the ability to instantly freeze your card if it's lost or stolen, and customer service support that's specifically trained to help older Americans navigate any issues that might arise with their cards. Are you concerned about the application process or worried that you might miss out on this opportunity? The SSA is taking a proactive approach to outreach and enrollment. Rather than requiring everyone to seek out information and apply on their own, the administration is using existing databases and communication channels to identify potentially eligible recipients and reach out to them directly. This means that if you qualify, there's a good chance you'll receive information about the program through your regular SSA communications or even through direct contact from the administration. The long-term vision for these reloadable cards extends far beyond the initial $5,500 distribution. The SSA is viewing this program as a pilot for a more comprehensive approach to providing ongoing financial support for older Americans. If the program proves successful, we could see regular reloading of funds, expansion to cover more categories of recipients, and integration with other government assistance programs to create a more seamless and effective support system. This represents more than just another government program. It's a fundamental shift toward recognizing the ongoing nature of the financial challenges facing older Americans and creating solutions that adapt to those challenges rather than providing temporary fixes that leave people wondering what comes next. The reloadable aspect of these cards acknowledges that financial need doesn't end with a single payment and that effective assistance requires ongoing support and flexibility. If you found this information valuable and want to stay updated on all the latest developments with SSA benefits, stimulus programs, and financial assistance for older Americans, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates that could directly impact your financial situation. The landscape of government assistance is constantly evolving, and staying informed could mean the difference between receiving the help you're entitled to and missing out on opportunities that could significantly improve your quality of life.